to the Nautical Shack Boatcast. And now your host, Keith McLaren.
Hi, and welcome to episode number 1 of the Nautical Shack Boatcast. This is your podcast for all things boating. I'm your host, Keith McLaren. I'd like to thank you for coming to our first episode, tell you a little bit about our show. This is the show for powerboaters, sailors, fishermen, cruisers, saltwater boaters, lake boaters, whatever kind of boating you do, we're here for you. We're here to bring you interesting topics and guests and roundtable discussions to talk about everything boating. There's not a lot of people currently doing that on the web. You may be asking, how are we going to bring this to you? Well, we're going to bring it to you in monthly installments. Each month, we're going to try and have a roundtable of guests. Today, I'm flying solo. Not the optimal way to be running this show, but it is our first episode, and so we're going to keep this episode brief, and I will be running by myself. Now, to start out, I'd like to get some housekeeping out of the way. The first thing that I need to discuss is the fact that this podcast is currently a small podcast, and we could use help in any way that you might be interested in bringing it to us. We need hosts that might be regular. We also need hosts that will be guest hosts on occasion. We plan on doing roundtables. So with roundtables, we want to have a number of hosts that might come on a periodic basis. You might be here regularly, might not be here regularly. In addition, we need guests. We need people in the boating industry who have an interesting story. Might be somebody in the electronics world. It might be a boat repair person. If you know of anybody interesting or you believe that you might fit that description, please contact us. Our email address is nauticalshack@gmail.com. In addition to our regular guests and hosts, we also need regional reporters. Regional reporters are going to be reporters that are throughout the country, in regions of the country. Let's say the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, the Northern Pacific region along the Pacific Coast, Northern California, Southern California, the Gulf Coast. And these regional reporters are going to bring us reports on a monthly basis to tell us what's going on in their region of the world. In addition, we are looking for a news reporter as well. We're going to bring you the latest and greatest in boating news each month, and I would love to have a reporter other than myself that might read the news for us. If you're interested, again, nauticalshack@gmail.com. Finally, we could use some writers. If you're interested in writing about boating or about a specific topic in the boating world, please contact us. Again, nauticalshack@gmail.com. You'll be hearing that a lot today. We could use writers to help write for the show. We also have a website, and we'd love for you to write content for the website. So if you have an interest in writing and boating, let us know. Now, moving on to what we're going to discuss on this show, we're going to keep it brief, but we are going to discuss a topic today. And that topic is boat shows. It is the dead of winter, and if you're like many other boaters, you're sitting at home and just thinking about when you can get back on the water. Well, this is a great time of year to go to a boat show, see what new boats are out there, and look at what you might want for your next boat, as well as find some great boating stuff that you can purchase during the off-season and get ready to outfit your boat for next year. Now, most boat shows are on the weekends, so if you're a regular boat shower, you probably know what the routine is for boat shows. But some of you may not go to a lot of boat shows. Now, because boat shows are on weekends, the busiest times are during the day on the weekends when people are off. Some boat shows start early, maybe Thursday, Friday. Sometimes they just have evening hours. That's a great time to go. Before people are out of work for the weekend, they're less likely to go to the boat show. Those are the quiet times. In addition, the quiet times are in the mornings and evenings. People tend to go during the day. If you can get there before lunch, or if you can get there after dinner, people tend to leave boat shows in time to go for dinner. Now, once you get to the boat show, what do you want to do to use your time most effectively? The first thing that you want to do is you want to get a map so that you can see where all the vendors are, see where all the dealers are, and make your decision up front of where you're going to go and kind of map out the direction you're going to travel and what vendors you're going to see in what order. Now, local shows. Local shows are great, but in a lot of cases, large shows like Annapolis, Miami, New York, these are the big shows and they have more options. However, they're also a lot busier, so you're going to move through them a lot slower and you're more likely to run out of time. Whereas the local smaller shows in the smaller cities, those shows usually are easy to do in a couple of hours. Now, once you're there, if you're trying to save time and get through the show quickly, how can you do this? Well, one way to do it is to skip the big boats. Large boats, the really flashy stuff, they tend to generate very large lines. And if you want to get through the boat show quick, skipping those boats if you don't need to see them is the quickest way to chop a lot of time out of your day at the boat show. Now, in addition to skipping the large boats, you also want to decide if you are buying a boat, what you're going to do to make your boat buying a lot quicker and easier. The first thing that you should do is call and make an appointment with any of the manufacturers that you seriously are considering. If you're considering a Sea Ray, you might want to call ahead and tell the Sea Ray dealer that you're interested in possibly buying one of their boats and see if there's a salesperson who can be ready to sit down with you when you get to their booth at a specific time. In addition, if you are serious about buying a boat, have your financing lined up front. Financing is definitely an add-on that every dealer wants to give you, but if you know what your rates are and what your bank or credit union can give you up front, you're going to be a lot more prepared, and you're also going to be able to negotiate better when you are buying that boat. Now, in addition to having your financing, you also want to know what size and amenities and so forth you're going to be wanting on your boat. Have a list. I want this length of boat. I want this type of boat. I want a certain kind of engine if you're getting a power boat. Are you looking for a ski boat? Do you want to be able to ski behind it? Are you looking for something to cruise on? Is there specific gas mileage you want to get? Also, what's your price range? You need to know that up front so that you can tell the dealers right out of the gate what you're looking for. This way they can focus you on the correct boats and they're not wasting a lot of your time. In addition, you probably want to do your research up front and know what models are available from each vendor and know which ones might interest you. You can very quickly usually knock out a lot of models that have features that you don't want or are missing features that you do want. This will save you a lot of time when you get there and the sales guy is trying to show you a vessel that you might not be interested in. If you know it up front, you can tell them you just want to skip it and move on to the next one. Now, once you are there, you want to make sure that you're going to ask the dealer for a test drive. Boat shows are in the winter, and to a great extent, the weather is not good outside. It's kind of a challenging time to buy a boat, but every dealer is going to have some way that they're going to be able to give you a test drive before you sign the final paperwork. It's very important. Nobody should be buying a boat without having been on board first in the water, not just on a trailer or in a boat show. So be sure to ask about how you're going to do this after the boat show ends, because chances are, in most cases, the boat show is not going to be in the water and have boats there ready for you. Now, in terms of buying a boat, another piece that you want to do is you want to know what the right price is for your boat. There's a great website called SeaDealerCost.com. SeaDealerCost has been very, very controversial, and many of the boat manufacturers have actually sued trying to have it shut down. But as of the recording of this show, the website is still up. What SeaDealerCost.com is going to let you do is go out there, type in the make and model of the boat that you're looking at, and it's going to tell you not only what the retail price of it is, but what the dealer paid for it. This is great information. Similar to buying a car, you might go to Edmunds.com. Well, with SeaDealerCost.com, you can see what the dealers are paying for the boat as well. Now, for some final thoughts on going to the boat show, Rinker has a great list of suggestions up on their website. If you don't know Rinker, they're a boat manufacturer. And I will put up on the screen right over here the link to get there, and the link will also be in the show notes for this show. So if you're interested in seeing what Rinker has to say about how to get through a boat show effectively, go check out the link on their website. In addition, look for upcoming boat show boat bits from our show, which will be video podcast bits. They will be up on YouTube as well as in our video stream for this show. And we're going to go to boat shows around the country, specifically Miami, which is the big one that's upcoming in February. And we'll be interviewing boat dealers, boat manufacturers, the folks that have the cool new boat gear. And we'll bring you bits and pieces from the shows so that you can keep up even if you don't make it to the boat show.
Next up, boating news.
In nautical news this week, Sea Ray is announcing a new 210 SLX at the New York Boat Show this year. The The 210 SLX is a part of the SLX luxury series of boats. There's 5 boats in this line, and they range from 21 to 30 feet, making the 21 SLX the smallest in the SLX series. The 21 SLX, is a 21-foot bow rider. It has premium finishes, as does the rest of the SLX line, and its finishes include wood finishes and a soft touch dashboard. The boat comes with SmartCraft diagnostics from Mercruiser, as well as your choice of a walkthrough and a sun pad, or a motor box with jump seats, so that you can choose the configuration that meets the need of your family. The Mercruiser stern drives that it comes with start at 220 horsepower, and they go up from there. And again, they are paired with the SmartCraft diagnostics that are often seen in larger vessels. Now, in terms of features, the boat comes with a locking wakeboard locker, a foldable tower is an option, and snap-in carpeting. If you'd like to see it, you can check out the Sea Ray website. We'll put the link up here on the board, and you can also go to our show notes as well. Next in the news, we have Chris Craft. Chris Craft is going to debut new boats at the Miami Boat Show this year, and we will be there and hopefully bring them to you. The first boat that they're going to be bringing is the Launch 32. It's the newest and largest member of the Launch family. In addition, they'll be bringing a USA Edition Corsair 36. The Corsair 36 is nothing short of an impressive boat, and it is something that you should definitely go check out at their website. Again, we will bring you links, and you can check the show notes so that you can click right through and check out these boats online. Moving on to engines, Yamaha is bringing us a new special this year, and it's going to be rolled out at boat shows across the country. It's called the Proven Choice Sales Event. This sales event is for engines from 2 to 350 horsepower, and what you'll get is if you buy during boat show season, you'll get an additional 2 years of warranty protection from Yamaha, or you can take a $2,000 credit that can be spent on Yamaha at your dealer. Now, moving on, we've got boat shows. As we said, we're going to Miami, and Miami is February 16th through 20th. They have over 2,100 exhibitors, and you can expect over 105,000 people at that show. We'll also be running through, at the end of this segment, all the other boat shows that can be found on our website at www.nauticalshack.com, and then select calendar, and all the shows will be on our calendar. Moving on to New Year's and new boating laws. As every new year brings, a lot of new laws go into effect, and we're going to run through just a few of them. In Florida, all boaters born after January 11th of 1988 now need to take a class and must carry a Florida-approved card showing the completion of the class. Texas has a similar law that applies to all boaters born after September 1st, 1993. Now in Texas, they will need to take a class that's certified by the state of Texas and NASBLA, and you will need this class if you're going to operate a vessel over 15 horsepower or 14 feet for sailing vessels. Minnesota's got one of the most unique new laws. Minnesota boaters will start seeing mandatory invasive species checks. Throughout the country, invasive species have become a problem in lakes, and that is definitely the case in Minnesota. These checks will lead to fines if Minnesota officials find invasive species on your boat. In addition, boaters will be required to have a decal on their boat, which reminds them to comply with this new law. These are just a few of the new laws for 2012, and we will have links in the show notes to all of these new laws and where we found them out on the web. Now that's it for the first episode of the Nautical Shack Boatcast. If you'd like to contact us, as we said earlier in the show, you can contact us at nauticalshack@gmail.com. Also, for future episodes or to view our show notes, please go to www.nauticalshack.com and click on Boatcast. Shows are also available in the iTunes store by searching Nautical Shack Boatcast. Thank you for listening. This is your host, Keith McLaren.
The host of the Boatcast is Keith McLaren. Voiceovers by Aaron Floyd. please visit our website at www.nauticalshack.com. This has been a Nautical Shack production.